Swim Things in Blue Springs, your one-stop shop for all things swim. Pools, spas, patio furniture, swimwear, and accessories. Visit them in Blue Springs or at www.swimthings.com.
I think the biggest thing is, giving kudos to his age group coach, Coach Tommy Jackson, who's legendary, who, continued to work with Miles through age group. And even, while he's here, he's at Howard, being able to come back into that environment, have Coach, Tommy really, really work with him and paying attention to everything that Miles needs through all the adversity, right? Because Miles, there were many a times where Coach Tommy really couldn't even be on the pool deck, right?
I've been looking at like athletic counselors and this different therapists and psychiatrists in the sport of swimming, and you'd be surprised. A lot of them don't know a lot about swimming. It's just they're an athletic counselor, but they might not, and they may be assigned to a swim team, but they know a lot about the swimming and the sport and the mental toughness of the sport. So I kind of want to get into that, and then I also want to, I graduate in 2023. So then 2024 is the next Olympic trials. So, I'm going to go for that too as well.
Welcome back to the journey. Today's guest may look a little familiar as he has joined us once before on this channel and with another new face. Nick Askew is the head coach for Howard University, which is the only HBCU that has swimming as a sport offered for NCAA. Please give a warm welcome to Nick Askew and one of his swimmers, Miles Simon, who has qualified for an Olympic trials. Hey guys, how are ya?
Good, how about yourself?
Pretty good.
Super good.
So, Coach, give us a little recap on Howard swimming this past year with the year I like to call the year of unknown.
Yeah, well, this will be really short. We didn't have a season at all. Unfortunately, the administration, the department made a decision for the safety of the students on campus not to bring back the swimming and diving team. Our campus was closed all year, so we didn't have any residential students on campus whatsoever, and everything academic was all 100% virtual. So everything that we've done as a team has been over the different platforms, Zoom, Teams, Skype, you name it, FaceTime, all that stuff over the past semester. And we've just tried to do the best we can to stay connected, sending workouts, of course, and being available for our student athletes in every way that we possibly could be. But we haven't had any opportunity to be on deck with them, all season long.
And Miles, how has this year been for you? Obviously, you've had a season where it's been a normal season for you. And then obviously COVID hit and all this craziness happened. So what's it been like for you kind of swimming and not swimming for you?
Well, I mean, of course, at first I took like a 2-3 month break until pools opened back up in Georgia. Then I went straight back to swimming. And then when the semester started, I kind of was just doing stuff on my own, weightlifting in the mornings, swimming in the afternoons at my home pool. My club team was also shut down for most of the year. Yeah, it was shut down until around April, started coming back up. So it was just doing a lot of stuff on my own from August till now.
Mm-hmm. Now, Coach Nick, we've discussed last time you're starting the pool, kind of debunking the myth that Black people can't swim, which is just not true. So Miles, what was your introduction into the pool?
I didn't like to do anything else. I mean, I didn't like the baseball. I didn't like basketball. Uh, and then I kind of took a liking to swimming, and I was doing swimming and baseball like a little bit, and then I went straight to swimming, and that's what kind of started my swimming career.
What age or grade did you like really start to focus and be like, okay, I'm pretty good at swimming. I like this. Let me just do this forever now. You know what I mean? What was?
That was like 15.
Mhm.
I was like 15 going on 16. That's when I started taking swimming seriously. A little late, but you know, it's so you can start anywhere really.
Yeah. And how did you swim in high school?
Yeah, I swam in high school.
How was that season for you?
Well, I swam on my club team in high school. I didn't really swim for my high school. I mean, it was like a normal season for me. It was a lot of me going out, not even, let me not say going out my way, but it was just a lot of me swimming with my club team most of the time, like 22 hours a week type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. We know how Coach Nick has a very firm grasp on the challenges that Black swimmers have, and with his open door policy with his athletes is a very positive aspect for his program. Miles, tell us some of the challenges you've had with racial inequality on the pool deck.
One is not them knowing you're a swimmer. I remember this one time I went to a travel meet and they didn't really believe I was there to swim. They kind of just thought I was there to I was just someone from the neighborhood coming to mess around and stuff. But you know, I was there to swim. That was one time at it wasn't at Georgia Tech. It was actually on the way to the DC meet. I was on my way to the DC meet and they thought I was there to play around and stuff. And I was like, no, it was when I was younger, so of course I was playing around, but I was there to swim. And then so that was one I wouldn't say challenge, but one kind of moment where I was just like, dang, what else would I be here for? But I was young, so I didn't really understand then. And then that, and then another time was I was at Georgia Tech, and it was my first time going to a big meet at Georgia Tech, and I kind of just realized the lack of diversity in the sport. I was on an all Black team. I went to all Black high school, went to an all Black college team. So, coming from all that and then going to Georgia Tech again, it was like, wow, it's not that much diversity in the sport. I was kind of left as a revelation for me recently.
Mm-hmm. And how has your recruiting process been as you kind of become someone who had the hopes of and the times of to swim at this elite level?
Well, I don't really know what type of swimmer I was coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I always wanted to go to Howard. So I just put most of my focuses in that. I was just really two schools. It was Howard and it was Howard, UGA, and then a small D2 school in Southern Georgia. But my main focus was going to Howard. Mm-hmm. So I was really just looking at the times and qualifying times to go to that school mostly. Didn't really compare myself to any other college times or any other college school.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into the good stuff. Why are you here? Miles, what meet did you get your Olympic trials cuts at, and what events?
It was at the International Senior Cup. It was called ISCA, but that's what the full name is. And then it was in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I made it in the 50 free.
Awesome. And how has your training changed since making that cut?
It's been a lot more swimming, I would say. Afterwards, I've been in the pool a lot more since then. Of course, I was in the pool a lot before, but now it means there's more time in the pool. I want to say more days. There's more time because I can't really swim on Saturdays, and I can't swim in the mornings either like I used to.
Mm-hmm. Coach, do you have anything to add about his training since making these Olympic trials cuts?
Sorry about that. I think the biggest thing is, giving kudos to his age group coach, Coach Tommy Jackson, who's legendary, who, continued to work with Miles through age group. And even, while he's here, he's at Howard, being able to come back into that environment, have Coach, Tommy really, really work with him and paying attention to everything that Miles needs through all the adversity, right? Because Miles, there were many a times where Coach Tommy really couldn't even be on the pool deck, right?
Yeah. No.
You know, and you know he's still sending sets and still giving feedback through that time. So you know, really, really big kudos to Coach Jackson, you know, for all the attention he paid to Miles and leading him through this, you know, through the difficult times of being able to swim. And I think one of the really great things that we've seen is just a brand new attention to detail in every training opportunity, because we normally had all the time in the world, you know, to train, and we really tried to pack in as much as we could in all that time. But having more limited time where instead of a 2.5 hour practice, we only get an 1.5 hour practice or an hour practice, you know, really making sure that that full hour, that full 60 to 90 minutes was all quality. And, you know, that's something that I have no doubt Miles did an incredible job of, because he's always been a very detail oriented trainer. You know, he listens incredibly well. He really absorbs what you want from him and when he's training, and then he's always looking for feedback. You know, how did that look? How did I do? You know, what were my splits? And you know, when you pair that with just an appetite for getting better, there's no doubt that success is right around the corner. So you know, I'm really, really proud of Miles and being able to train on his own, because you know, I think every swimmer will admit that's not the funnest part of training whatsoever. You know, it's super easy to, you know, oh, it's 15 100s. And this about to be 10 or the interval, right, maybe even 5. Oh, the interval is this. Yeah, we about to add about 5 seconds to this, you know. So big time respect for Miles and what he's been able to do to train through this period of time, and I'm so happy to see his success.
Yeah, well, you know, like they say, I mean, everyone knows swimming's a very individual sport, but you can't just go to a pool by yourself and do one of the hard sets you do with the rest of your team. You know, it's all about teamwork, which in a weird way, you rely on your teammates to, you know, push you and do that sort of stuff during practice. And so that part of it, I do give props to you, Miles. That's really, really hard.
Yeah, what I always, you know, would mention is it is an individual sport, but it doesn't have to be lonely, right? Mm-hmm. But when you do train out there by yourself, it gets kind of lonely, you know. You're like, oh, all right, what time is it? I've been in for 20 minutes. That's good.
How did you feel, Miles, when you got those cuts?
Man, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, because I was thinking like, dang, I did all this and I felt I didn't make it, because I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't make finals, because the only way you can make it was going to finals, because the meet was short course prelims, long course finals. And I was like only top 30 go to finals, and I was 29th. So I was like real happy that I got into finals. And then when I made it, it was like I was hopping around the pool. I called both Coach Jackson and Coach Nick. They were calling me at the same time too, so it was kind of hectic. It was just a lot of things going on. But I mean, it was like I said, a huge weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, well, I'm sure your family's proud of you. How do they root for you and support you during this time for you?
I mean, just giving me the time to go train, because you know, at first I was taking my brother to school, going to work, taking my grandma where she needs to go, taking my mom where she needs to go, because I'm the only one who's able to drive in my family right now. But so recently, you know, they've I mean, I don't really like it, but they've taken like some sacrifices. Like they don't have, if they'll wait for me to come back home to take the car to go to the store somewhere, or they'll wait for me, or they'll work with me at a time for me to go out and train, and then I'll have to jump the car back off. So it's just been real cooperative lately.
Mm-hmm. Now, what are your goals for trials? What are you looking at? What are your goals for it?
Well, I'm not really expecting much. I mean, it's Olympic trials. I really want to go for the experience. I'm not expecting no crazy. Right. I mean, now I want to say not expecting, but I'm not stressing if I don't go no crazy time up there. Of course, I'm expecting to go up there and do good, but I'm just really excited for the experience.
And Coach Nick, what are your goals for Miles for this experience?
To take it all in. You know, it's a swimmer's and it's an athlete's dream to be this close to the Olympics. You know, as an Olympic sport and being in swimming and diving, this is the pinnacle. This is what we all wish for, hope for, train for, sacrifice for. And Miles is right there, one step closer to being a part of the Olympic team, which is a dream. So my expectation for him is to enjoy the atmosphere, and enjoying it, but also realizing, Miles, that you belong there, right? Swimming is cut and dry. It's that time. And once you hit that time, no one can take that time away from you, and so you belong right there with the elite level swimmers that are also going to be there. And I want you to take it all in, but I want you to go in there and I want you to tear it up, right? Get excited about being in that environment and using that energy, channeling it just to bring out the best of you. And then once you touch the wall, it's over, right? And we'll see what the results will be, but knowing full well that, all of us are super proud of you, and, just excited to be able to cheer you on.
So, Coach Nick, how has having your second Olympic trial qualifier been a boost to your recruiting process, or has it been?
Yeah, definitely. It creates even more conversation about the team. Been getting a lot of messages from the recruits that we have on our list, and even some others who just mentioned, hey, I saw that you have an Olympic trials qualifier. Hey, congratulations to your U.S. Olympic trials qualifier. That's been fantastic. And a lot of people want to know, well, how did this all kind of come about? And we get to have that conversation and that discussion. One of the other things is again, our program is heading in the right direction. We're continuing to build brick by brick and step by step. And, to have Miles reach this, amazing achievement is, again, it's super, super supportive. And again, validating the hard work that our coaching staff has been putting in, that our administration, our department had, the support that they've been giving us, because it's to be able to do this, it's not common. You're not just going to go into the backyard pool and say, you know what, I want to get a U.S. Olympic trials cut, right? It doesn't work like that. So just, it's definitely done a great, been a great benefit for us for recruiting. And it's exciting to know that, the next group of athletes that will potentially be Bison, know that these are the footsteps that we're following in. And this is not 10, 20, 50, 30 years ago. This is right now. Yeah.
Now, Miles, I think we all want to know, we were kind of talking before the interview, what does your future hold for you? We were kind of talking about your major in psychology and how you want to incorporate that into swim. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've been looking at like athletic counselors and this different therapists and psychiatrists in the sport of swimming, and you'd be surprised, a lot of them don't know a lot about swimming. It's just they're an athletic counselor, but they might not, and they may be assigned to a swim team, but they know a lot about the swimming and the sport and the mental toughness of the sport. So I kind of want to get into that, and then also want to, I graduate in 2023, so then 2024 is the next Olympic trials. So, I'm going to go for that too as well.
Awesome. So, I can't wait for you. And Coach Nick, what's the future hold for Howard?
The future is bright. We've got a fantastic recruiting class coming in this year. It's almost like two recruiting classes at the same time, because again, not having a season, having what are now our freshmen, rising sophomores, this is the first opportunity we get a chance to really see them in the water. And I think we did a really good job of staying connected with them as best we could from a grand distance and virtually. So it's going to be a ton of excitement in the water. We're really excited that things are safer now and getting better. And we have a high likelihood of being able to have spectators, at our meets again. As you can see in my background, we have a packed house for every home meet. Our home meets they're different. There's no place like the electricity that's in the Burr. So all of that has really, made us super excited. We've got, a great group of recruits that we have on our radar now, and that the list is growing every single day. So I just really think that where we are is a great place, and things are, continuing to go in the right direction. And, again, I can't thank my staff and our administration enough, because we've been doing it the right way. We aren't cutting any corners. We're making sure we stay true to the university's mission. We're staying true to making sure that our student athletes are performing well academically first, and then also performing well, athletically. So, but with that, it takes time. It continues to take time to build. So it's going to be really, really awesome to see, this next season and the seasons afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. I literally got chills when you were talking about a packed house, because everyone loves a packed house in swimming. It's the noise, the inside, the echo. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for getting on the journey with me today. And thank you, Miles, for sharing your journey with us. I know I can't wait to see you on the pool deck at trials, as well as your family and all of your friends. We'll be cheering you on. And we wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, like we always say, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. We'll see you next time.